Reality star Tamika Chesser from Beauty and the Geek pleads not guilty to beheading her boyfriend. Tamika Suan Rose Chesser is accused of murdering and dismembering her partner, Julian Story, in June of 2025. On June 19th of that year, police responded to Tamika's home after a neighbor reported a fire. When they confronted Tamika, she said nothing happened and she took her dogs out for a walk after locking the front door. The police arrived to find Julian Story's remains at the apartment, and what they say was 2 days after he was believed to have been killed, and Tamika was sitting in the backyard in a catatonic and unresponsive state. It was a confronting scene for police and emergency service personnel as Julian's body had been dismembered and his head had been removed during the dismemberment. On July 31st, his skull was discovered in scrubland in Port Lincoln by a dog walker and his beagle Benji after the pooch bolted into the bush and failed to return. They had to walk into the scrub area to find the head, and it was not buried. It was quite out in the open. Prosecutors allege Julian was murdered around midnight on June 17th before his body was decapitated and burned. Police also circulated chilling CCTV footage and stills showing a woman they allege was Tamika walking through Port Lincoln hours after the killing. She was allegedly dressed head to toe in black with a head covering and carrying a bag while walking 3 dogs. She was arrested under the Mental Health Act and has remained in secure mental health custody ever since. The case has also been linked to a bizarre video allegedly showing a woman believed to be Tamika standing topless at the Port Lincoln War Memorial wearing a wedding veil. The eerie footage, reportedly filmed days before her arrest, shows the woman standing silently and motionless while holding what appeared to be a sharp object. Tamika, who was pregnant at the time, was later arrested and charged with murder. In March, Tamika gave birth while at James Nash House, and the identity of the baby's father has not been publicly disclosed. Police have said there is no obvious motive, and there are still a lot of unanswered questions surrounding the complex crime scene. Now, her sister, Kaya May, previously claimed her family was shattered by the murder charge. They said, "Please report how my sister is in a mental psychosis. This is not her. She would never do these things." She added her sister had suffered a life of trauma and abuse, and now this crap, it has fried her brain. Meanwhile, Julian's grieving family thanked police, emergency workers, and the local community for their support during what they described as an unimaginable loss. Your care has brought comfort amid the chaos. Tamika Chesser first came into public view as the glamorous runner-up on Beauty and the Geek Australia in 2010. Born in Queensland and out of Indigenous Australian heritage, she pursued modeling and acting thereafter, securing bookings, magazine features in the likes of FHM Ralph, and even occasional appearances on OnlyFans. This catapulted her into Australia's entertainment sphere. Portrayed as a charismatic cocktail waitress turned beauty contestant, she and her partner reached the finals, coming second in her season. Her early reality TV fame unfolded into modeling campaigns for brands including Target, followed by intermittent acting credits such as Be the Change in 2014 and guest appearances on ABC News Breakfast. Chesser portrayed herself as a spiritual inoculist on her social media, often posing images interpreted as reflecting Hindu deities or Jewish symbolism. Followers speculated on esoteric interest, though she never publicly explained them. The former Beauty and the Geek contestant appeared at Adelaide Magistrate Court via video link to face charges of murder and destroying human remains to pervert the course of justice. Alongside the murder charge, she is facing separate matters: alleged disorderly behavior in a tobacco store and police station, and assaults on a woman and a police officer, some on dates preceding or immediately following her arrest in June. Dressed in a prison shirt and with a full face of makeup, Tamika was asked to enter pleas to both charges, and she replied, "Not guilty." Her legal representatives told the court they would seek a Part 8A investigation into whether she is mentally fit to stand trial, and Tamika Chesser is reportedly due to appear in the Supreme Court for arraignment later this year.